Well, once again, we are defying the pundits' expectations. Picked to finish dead last, we are currently mid-table, and we are solidly mid-table, and I am pretty happy with that. We haven't drawn a lot of games this year, but we're winning games really well, and we're losing games close, which is more than I can expect from the guys. Today, though, a pretty tough test in the Coupe De La Ligue as we play Angers. My name's FM19, and this is the Return of Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 26. And as you can see here, we have been doing pretty well. After losing to Troyes, we were away at Reims, and we won 2-0. Jean-Marc Parent, a second-minute goal. Frank, a goal in the 30th minute. A pretty solid game for us, although we are getting a lot of yellow cards again. I just think that's going to be the nature of the team until I figure out what's going on. We were then home against Roda Aveiro on football, and we beat them 3-1. Rafael made a brace of goals, including one in extra time, and Frank with a goal in the 50th minute. We then had our derby game against Ciechi, and we lost 1-0 thanks to a Marlon Frey goal in the 84th minute. This was a really close game up until right at the end. For about the first 80 minutes of the game, no one really wanted to win. And then Marlon Frey had a very nice strike. Let me go to the stats here real quick. You know, for 20 shots, 7 on target, there weren't a lot of highlights from the Ajaccio side. We had 8 and 3. Slight possession advantage. It didn't really help us out. They only had one clear-cut chance. We didn't have any. And it was a very boring game to watch. We were then home against AS Béziers, and we won that game 3-1. Frank, a 6-minute goal. Bezecourt, a brace of goals in the last 10 minutes of the game. Actually, a penalty kick in the 83rd minute and a goal in the 90th minute to give us the win. And we were then away at Valenciennes, and we drew with them 1-1, thanks to a Vincent Bezecourt 36-minute goal. I haven't mentioned his name a lot. He is the winger I brought on in the second season, came over from the MLS as part of my manager's recommendations at the time. And he's really started to fall off, and I'm not quite sure why, but he plays all three advanced midfield positions very well. I have better younger players there, but the thing I forgot when I signed him, in an effort to get him to sign with us, he's got a match highest earner clause. So when I signed Almeida this year and then Frank, his salary went up by about 100%, if not more. I think initially he was making 1,600 euros a week. So he's not really earning that 4,000 euros a week, but he's had some very good performances lately. Stats-wise, our 23 goals are the second highest in the league. Our 14 goals allowed are the 8th best. 24 yellow cards in 13 games is just insane. We're 8th highest there. Our attendance is slowly creeping up. 5,861 is the average at the moment. And as you can see, we are solidly in 6th place at 23 points. I'm hoping we can stay above 10th this season. That would be very, very nice. Frank leads us with 9 goals, a 7.23 rating. Sofia Bell, 3 assists. Anthony Roncaglia, the best pass completion. Bezecourt and Almeida both have 2 players in the match. Jean-Marc Parent has decided to pick up Macameri's mantle and gone with all the yellow cards. So today, though, we are playing Angers. They are a League One team. Granted, at the moment, they are at the bottom of League One, but still, they are a League One team. Check something out here real quick. Yeah, they finished first in League Two last year, so they were promoted. And they've been bouncing back and forth. So they've got a very solid squad. Today we are playing them in the Coupe De La Ligue. Let's see if I recognize any more names other than Tahith Chong. No, but I probably should, and that's completely on me. But anyhow, I'm going to set the best 11 and the reserves, and we're going to come back with a match against Angers in just a bit. Also, one new signing before we get started. Ante Knezovic is a 18-year-old midfielder who can also play striker and the wings. 18 years old, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. I signed him because of his physicals and his mentals more than anything else. His technicals aren't the best, but they're very good where they count. 12 first touch, 11 long shots, 11 passing, 12 technique. Came in on a scout recommendation, brought him in on trial, and brought him in. I can always use another good youth player, especially as the ones I have aren't developing as fast as I would like them to. But at the same time, my reserve squad and my under-19 squad are playing a lot of games, and if he's not going to get first-team playing time with us, he will definitely get playing time on either of those. And this is the squad we are playing today. Our 4-2-3-1 with the asymmetric defensive midfielder Adriani in goal, Kamara, Mariano, Almeida, and Sasha as the defensive back four, Roncaglia as the defensive midfielder behind Parent, Diallo, Knezovic, and Santini as the attacking midfielders, and Frank up top as the striker. Now, I was a bit too eager to get to the game, so I clicked by really quick. Angers is also playing a 4-2-3-1, but they're playing it with two defensive midfielders, so this could be interesting. Hopefully we can exploit the center of the field a little better. Corner kick in. Diallo sends it in. Mariano heads it over the crossbar, though. Corner kick in for Angers. Grancer. Fulgini. Karamoko heads it right past Adriani. We've been practicing set pieces, too. Karamoko didn't even really have to try, just had to turn his head and it went in. Almeida, Santini, Diallo bounces back and forth, and finally, who gets it in there? Oh, they're calling it an own goal, but it looks like Diallo. No, it wasn't Diallo. Let's see if we can figure out who it is here. Santini to Diallo, bounces back and forth. I really couldn't tell. But okay. Well, we've had more shots than Angers, but they've been a lot better in front of the net. They've had 5 shots, 4 on target. We've had 10 shots, 2 on target. Almeida knocks it down to Parent. Up to Frank. Long pass to Diallo on the left. He holds it up, crosses it in, but it hits the post and it goes out of bounds. It was a poor, poor cross. Hopefully he'll redeem himself here. Corner kick in. Almeida, and he heads it over the crossbar. Coming up on halftime. And that is it so far. Pretty solid game. We're taking a lot of shots. We're just not really aiming them. Angers has had 8 and 5. We've had 11 and 2. We've had no clear-cut chances. A slight possession advantage. It's not really helping us. I set our defensive line a little bit higher. See if we can't get more balls that way. Grancer. We've been practicing set pieces too. Now, coming up on 65 minutes, we are going to get Roncaglia off, bring in Nze. Mariano's going to switch with Gresh Angelini. Give the guys a little encouragement here, see if that doesn't help things. Nyam to Grancer, but Kamara steps in front of it, sends it to Diallo. Back to Knezovic, over the top to Frank, and he equalizes. That was well done. Yeah, he was definitely on sides. No, it wasn't. They're calling it offside. Son of a gun. I'm going to protest that. He was definitely onside. 5 minutes left. Can we get something done? Doesn't look like it. Gonzalez to Grancer. And that is the game. You've got to be kidding me. If the player's on the line when they put the line up and he's equal with at least another player, that's not offsides, right? There's a tight contest. No VAR here. That's annoying. Do the post-match conference here, and then we will come back in just a sec. Well, we received 348,000 euros for losing, which is always nice. If we look at the budget here, that's our profit for this month. We're actually doing pretty well. I'm slightly over on the wage budget. How is that even possible? Well, that was an annoying loss. Even if that was their second team, it was still a good game. That offsides was just freaking ridiculous. I think what we're going to come back for is the Red Star game. It gives us a decent enough gap between everything else. We've got a French Cup 7th round game coming in. That's going to be a lower league team. Those just haven't been a lot of fun when we've played. In terms of we've been beating them by a large margin, and I don't know that makes for enjoyable viewing. If we were beating, say, Olympique Marseille by 7-0, that'd be a great time. But, you know, usually we're on the other end of that when we play the bigger teams. So we're going to come back for Red Star, and then it's the December break. We've only got 2 games there, and then 3 games in January. We'll come back for the Auxerre game after that. So, tough loss. It would have been nice if we'd gotten a little bit further, but we held our own, and I'm not okay with it, but I'm satisfied with it. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. I knew we weren't going to get far in the Coupe De La Ligue, but we proved we could hang with Angers, at least for a little bit. If not for a ref with bad eyesight, I think we had a chance. If you liked what you've seen and heard, please have a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I'll answer them as fast as I can. My name's FM19, and I thank you for watching the Ritornu of Gloria with SC Bastia, episode 26.